If you know you're that girl who wants the entire freaking world, like you want to be the breadwinner, you want to have the fattest bank account out of everybody, you want your business to be so known, and you want to have a life that is so freaking amazing and literally so top tier, the one thing that I have learned about getting all of that and more is that it has absolutely nothing to do with how good you are or being more consistent what you're doing. It actually comes down to what is keeping you from fully stepping into all of that greatness that you already know is within you. So instead of looking at this in the surface level way, I want to bring up what is actually underneath it, the fake humility, the shame for having more, the over identifying with your current reality. Once you know exactly how to remove what is in your way, you don't get to question anymore if you are meant for bigger. You just get to step in it and live in it. Let's unpack, okay? Welcome back to the Power of Personal Branding and Manifestation podcast. It's me, as always, your host, Malika, and your girl to personal branding. Now, I have such a juicy episode for you today because I did a poll on my Instagram story. If you're not already following me on Instagram, definitely go do that right now. And more of you said, okay, I really want manifesting the crazy shit. I want to be able to live a top tier life and fully step into that. And so this is a topic that sparked my curiosity because I was scrolling on my feed and came across this beautiful piece of content. And basically the person was saying how there is so many of us that show up with this fake humility. And it got me thinking of how much for me, I know that showing up with fake humility of, well, I'd be satisfied if I just got this. Well, I don't want much. Like, I just want this, has fucked me over so many times. And actually it was linked to something so much deeper that I want to unpack today that actually allows you to live bigger, to fully step into your greatness and stop doubting yourself so that you can live an awesome freaking life. Go grab your popcorn for this one. I'm telling you, okay? I usually say go grab your matcha. I'm saying go grab your popcorn, okay? Anyways, listen, go on your hot girl walk, tune in, get ready. If you are watching on YouTube, as always, I will leave the chapters of this episode on the screen so you can go to whichever section you feel more called to. Now, first and foremost, we need to start talking about the hidden shame that comes with wanting more. And, when you are that person out of everybody else that you want so much, you want like the whole world, like you want so much, like you deep down, you freaking know, but then you almost start showing up with this fake humility and this fake humbleness as if it was going to make you better in some way, or it was going to, it's going to help you in some way, when in reality, all it's doing is just like minimizing your desires and pretending that like you don't care so much about something that you do really freaking want with every fiber of your being. And the thing is that you cannot get something that you want so deeply if you are not on board with yourself at 110%. Like if you are not on board with yourself at 110% and deeply owning it, instead of like showing up in this fake humility of like, well, I'd be satisfied if I just got this, or I will, like that is kind of like the hidden shame around wanting more and around just owning your deep truth, like your real truth, without any filter, without any playing it down, without any humbleness, right? Like your real truth that like you want so freaking much, okay? And I think that a part of that definitely has something to do with having doubt still living inside of you and almost having your ego kind of like trying to protect you from the fact that like you want so much, right? And the thing that I've noticed is that like your doubts that you have as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, like they don't just disappear once you start having result, once you start having clients, once you start having a running business that's like successful or whatnot, right? It just kind of evolve and change into something different. And sometimes it can just show up like, well, what if I'm not as exceptional as I think? What if I'm not actually capable of becoming way bigger than I am right now? You know, what if I can't handle more visibility, but I really want more people to know about me? It can look like being afraid that like you will outgrow some people or seem like you are arrogant for wanting what you want. And I think that like that is the part that we do not talk about, or that I don't see really anyone talking about. And so I really want to talk about why in the first place you start doubting your greatness when you know you are so great and that you have this like immense amount of energy and bigness living in you and like bursting to like come out. Why do we doubt our greatness? Where does it come from? I would argue that it comes from judging your future potential from your current identity. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So I really believe that it comes from you are doubting the future of who you will be based on who you are today. And that kind of looks like, is my current self proof enough? When in reality, the real question to ask would be, who am I becoming? Who am I stepping into? And honestly, like, I think it's normal to, you know, believe that you were meant to have something bigger while also at the same time low-key doubting yourself and being like, having your midlife crisis of like, oh my God, like, can I actually fucking do this? Can I actually hold this? Can I like actually scale this and make this bigger? Or, you know, wanting more visibility once again, but then also fearing the judgment that comes with that. You know, you have all this amazing potential, but you are not always fully embodying it. And that is also what I want to bring up. You can definitely know like how much potential you have and how much like greatness you're destined to have, but like your identity is not always kind of like fully in that, or like fully embodying that truth and that reality. Then there's still this resistance in the way, always in your own way, right? And once you start fully being on board with yourself, there is no more resistance. What exactly does it take in order to become available for your overflow, for your top tier life, for all of your batshit crazy manifestation of having the fattest bank account, going on a trip, literally paying for your friend just because you want her to tag along with you, being the person who clears a check at the table and being like, I got it just because I have a fat wallet and I can pay for it. Like being the person who every time you go somewhere, you have like luxury around you and like you have this amazing, abundant life that is so meaningful. Okay, I want you to think of what would it mean to have this. And I think that most of the time, having all of this and owning that truth and owning these manifestations, to be able to step into them, it does come with being the black sheep. When I think of being the black sheep, I definitely think of someone that is misunderstood. And I think that for me, everything changed when I realized that I didn't need to feel understood. I just needed to be able to hold my truth without fake humility, as if it was going to save me, as if it was going to make me more understood, because I did not need other people to understand me. I just needed to fully step into what the fuck I said I wanted and not feel bad about it, not feel guilty about it, not hold back on it, not wonder if people were going to understand, not wonder if whatever the fuck, and just be like, this is what I want, and so this is what I'm going to get. Have you actually let yourself think about it? To have everything that you say you want, not the socially acceptable version, not the reasonable version for your ego, but actually the real version. Like the real version, if you're not holding back and you stop editing what you truly want. The biggest part for me to being able to achieve all these amazing things and actually getting to step into that top tier reality, I had to stop abandoning the version of myself who wanted all these things. And I know that it sounds almost so simple, but you'd be surprised of how much or how often you can fall into that trap of literally abandoning that version of you who wants these things, right? Who is allowed to live that truth. And once you are able to live that truth, the more frequent you are able to live that truth, that means you are now on board with yourself. That means now you are taking the action and the batshit action that is required to get there and actually make it happen. And that comes first with not abandoning yourself, not abandoning that specific version of yourself who wants the entire world. Because once you're fully operating from that identity and not going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but actually fully standing in your truth, into that reality, you'll start to notice that the way that you talk about your future changes. The way that you are entering room changes. The way that you're allowing yourself to be seen online changes. Becoming available for more is not just about visualizing it. It's also about building the emotional capacity to be able to hold it and make that normal. Make that inevitable. And once you stop moving back and forth into this identity of yes, no, do I have it, do I not have it, and you will actually allow yourself to feel good when you are traveling, when you are doing these things, you are stepping into that reality where you get to pop the fuck off, you get to be so known, you get to have the clients obsessed with you and buying every single thing that you have to offer because of how freaking amazing it is, and you are no longer doubting your greatness. And that equals to now making the decisions that gets you the kind of life that is so freaking top tiers, that feels like so fulfilling, where you get to magnetize all of these amazing people around you in your life, in your clientele, all around you, like everything, literally everything. And that first starts with that, with stopping that humility show. And finally, it comes down to how much of that version of you that feels like she wants so much and like she wants the entire world, like how much of her are you able to hold? That right there is the real question. Because that girl that wants so much, she will ask a lot out of you. And once you can fully own that and fully step into that, that's when you start taking the batshit crazy action to actually achieve what you are setting out yourself to do anyways in the first place. But now there's no more resistance. Now there's no more going back and forth. Now there's no more twirling around in this identity of, am I this person? Am I not this person? Am I not this person yet? No. You are just getting to fully step in it. And now you get to have the clarity that comes with that full embodiment of that truth, of those desire that you want. The way that you are owning yourself and everything that you want becomes different. So your presence becomes different. The way that you show up becomes different. The way that you start marketing your business will start to shift as well. And you will start to see, holy shit, like this is what I need to do in order to get that top tier life. And so for this week, I really want you to go open your notes app, all right? List out every single thing that you deeply want and that you know this is your truth. Like if you're not being humble, if you're not holding back, you're not like pretending to like be good with what you have now, okay? Although you want to be grateful for what you have, yes. But if you're not actually filtering out for your ego, you're not filtering out for other people, what is it that you actually want? And then I want you to look at that and ask yourself, how much of that am I allowing into my reality? How much of that am I allowing myself to hold? And right there, you will have your answer into what exactly is missing so that you can fully step into that version of you that will make it happen. And that gets to have that. I definitely think that you should send it to someone that you know, someone, a friend, like, I don't know, but like definitely I find that this is something that a lot of people go through and almost like feel this invisible string that's like holding them back. They're so close to what they want, but they're like, oh my God. And this message, send it to someone that you know absolutely needs to hear about this and needs to start implementing these things in her life so that she gets to have the exact reality that she deeply craves and desires and deserves. All right, so send it to her and I will meet you back here next week. Plus, I know that some of you guys wanted to have some guests on the podcast, so I am lining that up. All right, we are lining that up. And yeah, so I'll see you next week. And as always, stay amazing. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, definitely do that right now. And don't forget about your homework. Thanks so much for tuning in. And don't forget to leave your 5-star rate and review on the podcast. I love to know what you guys think of the episodes. And I will meet you here next week.